Collective, welcome to my channel. Let's get into this reading and let's see what comes up. So there could be something very significant in regards to someone who's like modifying something for you. There could be something very significant in regards to somebody providing some sort of safety for you. Just kind of, I don't know, I guess something wants me to say patrolling. Okay, so somebody could be patrolling something, just kind of making sure that you're good. There could be like a bit of like a helping hand type of energy going around. I don't really, crazy enough, I don't think it's bad. I don't know how you might view it. Your perspective better than me with the situation, but with your situation. But I definitely feel like there is something where it's just like some people or someone is wanting to provide safety for you. I did a reading a while ago where the energy is very, very interesting, where it was talking about kindness, people being kind and so forth. And most of the readings that I've been doing have not been the kindest readings. It's been a lot of monitoring spirits. It's been a lot of haters, a lot of negativity. So I definitely feel like there's something about you getting some sort of solace, some sort of peace, some sort of comfort. There's a vibe of like people not messing with you. So I don't know if somebody was like fucking with you or messing with you. Um, but I don't think it's gonna be occurring anymore or something like that. But there's just something of an energy of like you having solace. I don't know if you move somewhere. I don't know, maybe you got a better job, a better opportunity, but it's something that's going to be occurring where you're just going to be able to you're going to be able to get like the peace and the comfort, the feeling, like your root chakra. Root chakra is very significant. So there's something with your root chakra that is definitely being cleared at this current time. I also feel like there's something very significant in regards to like somebody is confused on how they're receiving so much love from the divine. Okay, they're also confused about how you know something. Okay, someone feels like you just knew that God or your spiritual team was going to help you with the situation. The reason that they're helping you with the situation is because you don't care about some negative shit that someone else cares about. Okay, so there could be a situation where people are messing with people. There could be monitoring spirits. There could be, people just doing really evil, spiteful, wicked shit. I don't really feel like, well, it's wicked, but it's just more so like just like shit that's unnecessary. Um, and I honestly feel like you have this vibe where you just don't care about that. I think you just kind of know the ebb and flow of how things go. Like, hey, there's going to be people, past life enemies that come up in your life. There's going to be people who are going through, don't want to deal with spiritual awakenings. There's going to be people who want to keep the veil over their eyes. I think you kind of understand that, okay? And there was somebody who thought that you did not understand this, okay? But I think you overstood it. And I think you overstood it so much to the point you mastered how to almost make it seem like you didn't understand it, if that even makes sense, okay? Um, so yeah, maybe you could have just kind of did this thing where you just didn't put much energy into something, so someone thought like, you don't know much about a situation and you know way more. You probably know more about some information that you need to know than someone else, okay? I also feel like there's something where you're going to be planning something. Whatever you're going to be planning, you're planning to show your... My stomach is killing me. I'm like... I got a burp so bad. So I don't know if there is something where somebody is like repressing some emotions or repressing something. But I really feel like there is something where you're planning to show your favor that God has for you. Okay, I don't know if you've been hiding this. I'm not really sure how this goes, but there is something where you're finally going to be showing your favor that God has for you. So this could be a vibe like you getting your hair did, you getting your nails did, you looking nice, you going out on the town. This could be like you've been in the house, you've been working hard, you haven't been out much, and then you pop out and you looking so good, and people almost damn near forgot that you look good as hell when you pop out. This could be a vibe of like you're a parent. You know, you're with your kids, you're taking care of your kids, you're doing things that you need to do for your kids, and then boom, you pop out and go on a vacation away from your kids. And people see like this whole other side of you that they almost forgot was even there. This could be like something of a vibe of like maybe you standing up for yourself, okay? Just put it to a resonance. But I just know with whatever perspective that it is for you, you're gonna be looking good when you pop out, okay? When you show the favor that God has over you. Um, I also feel like there is something very significant in regards to you are emotionally fulfilled by yourself. Okay, you have some options. I will not lie, you do have options, but I honestly feel like you are just giving yourself a lot of self love. And there is somebody that is so somebody wants to go back in time because they realize how much of an embarrassment they were to you. Okay, at the time, somebody thought like they're helping you, or they thought maybe you were kind of a little bit of the embarrassment. But somebody's realizing like the whole time it wasn't you that's the embarrassment. It was you. They're not supposed to be embarrassed by you. You were supposed to be embarrassed by them. If somebody wants to go back in time and just do things differently because there was some sort of illusions that was casted upon somebody. And I don't know if you like kind of spoke up about these illusions. I don't know if this person didn't believe these illusions. I really don't know how it goes. I don't know. Maybe somebody was just like, "Oh, you don't know something. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna like." I don't know. It was just like maybe somebody is like, "You don't know that people feel like you're not favored by God." Okay, maybe people. This could have been something as people talking about some, oh, God doesn't favor you, God doesn't love you, you know, that's why you aren't looking the best, you aren't able to go on vacations, you aren't able to do this, you aren't able to do that, and God still favored you. It's just that maybe you weren't popping out about it. But now I don't know what has occurred. It's like you're not with somebody anymore. You're by yourself, you're giving yourself self-love, and it's like people are seeing, damn, God really is favoring you. And the whole time, people were salty thinking that God didn't favor you at all. But what it was is that you were dealing with somebody who was a cat. They were casting some sort of illusions, trying to make it seem like God didn't favor you. Okay? Um, and this is what I will say. The star card, when it comes to the star cards, you gotta think of like Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve was in the Garden of Eden. Okay, they had the luxury of being, what do you call this? It's not oblivious, but like being ignorance was their bliss. Okay, but it really was the fact that they were bestowed with the gift of having peace within. Okay, having full blown peace. And something tempted them to make them think like, there's something better than peace. There is nothing better than peace at all. There is nothing in this world better than peace. Money can't, I don't even, money can give you some form of peace, but peace within cannot be bought. When I say that is just, I can't even explain it. I'm almost about to get tongue tied, but peace is just, is something different. And I honestly feel like the snake tried to make Eve feel like peace ain't all what it's cracked up to be. It's some way better than peace. No, it ain't. And unfortunately, even Adam has to find that out the hard way. And I feel like someone you were dealing with found that out the hard way. And I think that you had so much peace within to the point that you didn't look at this person as an embarrassment. You didn't tell them like You know, like, I know what you think I don't know. You know, you didn't come at someone's jugular. When somebody was fucking up they weren't fucking up your favor from God, but they were making it seem like your favor from God was fucked up. You know, you didn't go in on them. But I feel like now you're at a point where maybe you tried so hard to be humble in regards to some sort of illusions that somebody was dealing with that they almost helped create for you. Okay? And I feel like you were humble in the midst of that, because I just think you were just like, this person doesn't really know, like, that I have peace within. Maybe somebody was just overlooking it. Somebody was looking at it, a situation from a perspective like the snake, like, hey, there's something better than peace. And somebody was like, you know what's better than peace? People feeling and knowing that you're favored by God. But I'm going to tell you something. When you're favored by God, nobody needs to know that you are favored by God. They don't need to know that favor. Adam and Eve was in a garden with no people for a fucking reason. Okay? For a fucking reason. And then out of nowhere, a fucking snake, a spirit, comes out of a wish fulfillment could be significant. I just seen 11:11 with the clock that as I'm doing a recording. But literally, you know, here comes this fucking negative spirit that cast illusions upon Eve. Then she cast illusions upon Adam. But I feel like you were like Eve if she did not turn negative. And I feel like you actually didn't listen to the snake. You didn't listen to, oh, there's something better than peace. There's something way funner than peace. There's something way, way more amazing than peace. And you were like, no, it's not. And you walked away from the snake. But whoever was your Adam or whoever this person is, they walked to the snake and they said, hey, the conversation you were having with Eve, let's finish that. And that person got persuaded. And they were like, hey, this peace that God is giving you, there's something better than that. And there's some people. I talked to this snake, and this snake told me there's something way better than the peace that God has given you. Okay? And I feel like somebody is not around you anymore to the point where they're going back in time and they're just like, oh my God. Someone is like, they can understand why you don't want to deal with them anymore. They truly understand. They even understand why you don't even want to deal with anybody else anymore. Okay, if this is a friendship, if this is a love relationship, put it to where it resonates for you. I feel like you're just like, I am so happy being by myself. And the 9 of Cups to me, it's a vibe of like, you are emotionally content by yourself, because that's the vibe of like, oh, excuse me. Oh, I had to get that out. I told y'all my stomach. But, my stomach it's like a bunch of airs in it. But no, literally, you have this vibe of like, simple and plain, you could really just enjoy being with yourself, having self-love, and also just enjoy your alone time with God. Because I feel like whoever this person is, they were cutting off your connection with God, your intuition, your discernment. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't feel like they were cutting it off. I don't feel like your intuition, your discernment, nothing was cut off. I just feel like you were overstanding that somebody's heart was more set out on worldly things. And, you know, unfortunately, you can't help who you love. Maybe you love this person. Maybe this is your friend, your lover, a coworker, a family member. Put it to where it resonates for you. But you were just like, this person doesn't see things the way that I see things. But that doesn't mean that the love is going to fall on my heart for them just because they don't see things the way I see things. But I feel eventually you got to a fucking breaking point where you were like, you know what? I'd rather just be with me and God and and truth be told, God is within, honestly. So I feel like you were just like, I'd rather be by myself. I can give myself self-love. I don't have to do bad all by myself. I actually can do good all by myself. Okay, like way better than what I was doing in this situation. Okay, so I feel like the beneficial sector is somebody is in the deepest regrets. Oh my gosh, somebody went to another person, and this person, somebody ended up going to another person, and in the midst of them going to someone else, you are having forward movement. Okay, and there is someone who is like realizing, like, someone is putting themselves through some sort of pain. Okay, somebody is really realizing like they were completely fucking wrong for the way that they handled the situation. And somebody is like, if they had an opportunity to go back in time with you, but and I feel like they keep emphasizing, if I had an opportunity to go back in time with you, I would. And it's because this person, they are like, honestly, your whole vibe is like, you're not giving this person another chance at all. Your whole vibe is like, you will actually go through hell and hot water before you ever give this person a chance. I don't think you're going to hell or hot water, but I'm just saying, or going through it. But what I'm saying is, this person is realizing like they chose another option, and the option that they chose, I don't think they thought it through. That's what I'm saying. I'm hearing this vibe of somebody just like, I didn't really think some shit through. Okay, somebody just did something very prematurely, or they were constantly doing premature shit, just constantly not really thinking shit through. Just thinking like, it's like their thoughts only stop with them, like very selfish, like not really thinking about. And maybe they were thinking like, oh, you're so humble about some situation, I don't really have to think about you, you won't care. And it's not that you didn't care, but it was just like, whatever your intuition was telling you, you just weren't bragging or boastful about it. And I feel like someone was using some sort of, I don't even think they had any information. You had knowledge, intuition, and somebody, it was just something about somebody caring about their own personal situations. Like, whatever they wanted to care about, they felt like you should care about too. So if somebody cares about, oh, there's there's somebody that I know that has like a 2022, and I want to get a 2024. And you might be like, yeah, I know somebody that got a 2024, and I got a 2015-year-old car, but I love my car. And somebody's like, I don't know, it's something like that. That's the best example I can give. It's just a vibe of like, it could even be somebody who was too worried about like what other people thought about them, and they weren't looking at you in your true essence of who you really are, and how you should really be thought of. That's a very powerful statement. But seriously, I feel like somebody honestly didn't really understand how you should be thought of, how you should be spoken about, how you should be seen, how people should appreciate you, how people should love you, how they should love you, how they should appreciate you, how they should see you. Somebody, honestly, when you wrap this up, somebody saw you as a fucking doormat. I want to say dummy, but it's really giving doormat. And I feel like you showed them you were nowhere near a doormat. You were honestly a very genuine, kind-hearted, kind soul ass motherfucker. And you were very humble towards this person. You were very nice to this person. And I think this person is with somebody else, and whoever they're with, I'm going to tell you, this other option does not have God's favor. They do not have the peace within from God. They are not humble. Okay, this person is with all of the shits. I will not lie to you. Or what I will say is this person just isn't half of you. And that's just simple. I don't know what this person really expected from this situation. No, yeah. Another thing, this other option that they went to could actually be embarrassed by them. Okay, if this is somebody that you were in a relationship with and they went to someone else, this other option could be looking at them like they're sloppy seconds. Okay, because their option could be looking at you as like you're a prize. This the thing. If somebody went to another person, this other person is looking at you like you're better than them. And they're just like, okay, if you were dating somebody that's better than me, then I got their sloppy seconds. That's how somebody's looking at it like. Okay? Um, and I just feel like somebody is like, they don't know why a person jumped ship and came over to them because you're better than them or you're better for them or both. And that's just the truth. And I think this person almost like forgot about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You are not a bad fucking catch at all. And I'm not gonna lie, this other option is putting their ass through it because you gotta understand, this option is pissed at the fact of like, I know that the person that you were with was better than me. And on top of that, the fact that you're, it's like, collective, this person is looking at it from a perspective of like, it's almost like a disrespect for this person to be with them. And what's really pissing this other option off is at the fact that you're not with somebody, they're with somebody, and you're by yourself, and you're still better. Like, you don't need like, by yourself alone, you are fucking favored. Okay, and I just feel like this other option is just like, why would you come to me? Like, this other option is starting to have some self-esteem issues because the comparison, because I ain't gonna lie, you know, like in a relationship or just in any situation, you're not gonna compare yourself, but there is this vibe of like, okay, they tell you about an ex. Oh, this ex, they tell you, oh, this is what happened with this ex, this and that, la la la. And then boom, it's just, you're kind of like, okay, not where am I better, but where was there an improvement that you made when you made your decision to be with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, once you, how am I saying? Wait, let me figure out what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is like, you know, it's like an upgrade, literally. It's like, how did you upgrade from me to your ex? That's just human nature of how people are going to look at some. If you're at a job, how did someone upgrade from an old coworker and you're the new coworker? They're the upgrade. They're feeling like they're the downgrade. They're just the person to be with, just for the time being. And I'm not gonna lie, this other option is kicking your person's ass. This could be your lover. This could be one of your coworkers or a boss. This could be something with a friendship, a family member. Put it to where it resonates for you. I'm reading from multiple different people. The second option is kicking their ass. Because this second option is pissed. This second option almost wants to tell them, like, why don't you just go back to them? And if they're not saying it, they're showing them this. But the thing is, you do not want somebody back. You don't want somebody back at all. So, for you, I'm just saying, like, for you, it seems like you don't want to deal with somebody else. Like, this is somebody's judgment. I'm surprised the judgment card didn't come out, honestly, but I really feel like judgment had already been occurred like a while ago in regards to this situation. because you already had an intuitive knowledge about a situation with someone. So basically, this reading, when you wrap it up, this reading is just saying like, you don't care what somebody cares about. You're gonna be looking real good, not giving a fuck, or not having the same mindset or perspective. And this person can have and when I say you're not gonna have a care in the world about this person, and this other option is gonna be stalking you. This other option that somebody with is gonna be stalking you, and they're gonna be watching you, and they're gonna be very embarrassed because the other option wanted you to actually be suffering after losing your person, because there is this vibe of like, there's this vibe. Nobody wants to admit it, but there's this vibe of like when you leave somebody, especially in a relationship, and that person doesn't have them a downhill moment, like, have that moment like, oh my life is, it feels like it's over. I've lost the love of my life. Like, kind of scream it to the rooftop, or at least show it. Like, if you didn't even have that moment, and somebody is making this other option feel like, it's making them look at, so your person who went to this other option is almost embarrassed by them, because they're like, why didn't you make the collective, like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to burp. But they're basically looking at like your person, like, why didn't you make them have a downfall? Why didn't you make them be heartbroken over you? Why didn't you make them not have victories? Why did you make them Why didn't you make them not feel happy by themselves? Why didn't you get rid of their favor from God? Somebody is basically like, there's an option that is based, like, this other option that someone is dealing with honestly feels like this person didn't do the job to like do you in. And since your person didn't do you in, the option that they went to is finna do the job for them. Like, for you. Okay? Because you was nice, you was humble. And the reason why they finna be on your person's ass is because you don't even care about your person. And it's making them, low key, they kind of feel like it's making them look bad in some way too. That's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to, look, everyone wants to be looked at as the prize. Nobody doesn't want to be looked at as the prize, okay? And I feel like this other option is not feeling like they're being looked at as the prize. They feel like you're the prize, not them. And they feel like this person was supposed to end something with you, and you were supposed to be heartbroken, and it was going to make them look like the prize and be the, even if they aren't the prize, this other option is like, you at least need to look like the prize. And when you ended stuff with them, you did not be heartbroken or anything, and you ended up looking like the prize through this situation. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't really feel this person's energy, because I don't even think they know what to feel. Like, this person feels like if they're not with you, they just feel lost. I'm not gonna lie, this person energy, like, your person's energy feels so lost in this situation. Like, they just kind of don't know what the fuck to do. But I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it's, honestly, I guarantee you that this person is watching you. This person is watching you and stalking you, because their whole self-esteem is clinging to you having a downfall. Their whole self-esteem is clinging to you showing any signs of like you're hurt by a situation. If you are showing signs that you're hurt about the situation, you're also showing shots. Damn, I can't even get it out. Okay. You're also showing signs that you kind of already knew what the fuck was going to occur. You kind of already knew this motherfucker was going to fuck up their chance with you, and you was going to be able to be by yourself and love on yourself and have your connection with God and your ancestors and your spiritual team and just be abundant. If you are showing that you're heartbroken, you also are showing the fact that you knew You were going to be happy by yourself because you're in a prize without a person. So that's what's fucking some shit up. That's what's fucking some shit up for the second option. Because they like, bitch, you're not... Oh, I'm sorry for that. But they, like, honestly, they might want to curse you out. But they're like, bitch, who do you think you are? The fuck? So I honestly feel like it's just... It's not even talking about your person, because your person energy is focused on you. Right now, you determine somebody's life at this point. Like, their self-esteem, how they feel about themselves. They are clinging towards you. They're hoping that you show them some sort of crack in your system, some sort of crack in your God, in your favor from God. They're like, show a sign that you are have a downfall, anything. It's just honestly saying, I feel like your spiritual team is coming in and they're just telling you, hey, at this time, do not pop your shit, okay? Because I feel like somebody tried to make it seem like, so this could be a Bible, like, you have the same friend group. Your person, they would go out with the friend group and you wouldn't, you would stay back. And when you stay back, they would be like, oh, yeah, they don't want to come out again. You know, they on their lame stuff. They on their lame shit. And, you know, they don't want to come outside. They just want to chill, be cooped up in the house. And I'm sick of them. I'm tired of them. Whoop-de-whoop. Like, somebody was just bashing you. Trying to make it seem like you just fucking suck. Like, that's literally how somebody made it seem. Like, you suck. Being with you is just not fun. It's horrible. It's the pit. It's the pits. Like, it's just so agonizing being with you. And what was really occurring was you were just recharging from this was so funny. You were recharging from dealing with this person. Slaps me. You were recharging from dealing with an energy vampire, a narcissist, a person that seen your favor from God and wanted to tempt you to make you feel like there was something better. They knew that they couldn't tempt you, but they were definitely tempted. They're like, this piece and shit you got within, it's something better than this. And you were like, I don't think so. I don't think it's nothing better than peace within. And I feel like there is something about, like, you might not be a person that is always outside, always turned. But when you go, it is something very significant about somebody when they pop out. Like, you don't pop out all the time, but when you pop out, you pops out. You shows the fuck out in a very good way. Okay? And it's because you just need to, you are an empath. And I don't think this person really understood this because maybe they're not a fucking empath. But you are an empath. You are very spiritually inclined. And those type of people, it's not that you're having isolation. Isolation and recharging is two different things. Isolation is I'm hiding myself from the world. Recharging is just like I'm trying to sit in an area where I just have my own energy. I don't have to worry about this person's demons. I don't have to worry about this person's struggle. I don't have to worry about this person's hurt, this person's pain, this person's trauma. You would just be able to sit with your own shit and literally not have to worry about different energies, because you got to understand, when you're around different energies, there's definitely possessions going around. You don't have to be worried about being constantly possessed. And I think you just wanted to be in your own space where you can just kind of recharge for you to go back into the world strong how you're supposed to be. You're supposed to take breaks from the world. You're just not supposed to be out in their world 24/7 like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how people lose their empathy. That's how we get psychopaths, okay? Because there are people that don't want to recharge. And in these days, it's almost like, oh, if you're in the house, you're a loser, you suck. No, those are the winners. Okay? The people who know when it's time to start staying in the house just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, the people who know, you know what, it's time for me to recharge. those are the winners, because they're going to gather all of their strength, and when they pop back out, they're going to pop out. Okay, they're going to turn up. And I feel like that's your energy. And you could have been dealing with a person who's like, they're constantly in that world. They're constantly out in the world. They don't want to recharge. And the thing is about it, this person didn't want to recharge because they didn't have peace within. They had trauma they had to deal with. They probably had karma that was so back the fuck up. They probably had so much shit going on, insecurities, things that they were not improving on because they were out in that world. When you out in that world, you don't have to improve on shit sometimes. It's just a bunch of worldly shit going on, a bunch of possessions, out with the friends, everybody's just living life, damn near going broke because you're just spending your money, not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not following your goals, achieving your dreams. You're around people who are dreamless, who are goalless. People who just want to have fun because they don't want to sit their ass in a fucking house and deal with their fucking shit that they got going on. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to sit in that. People do not want to sit in a space and heal. People also don't want to sit in their own space because they don't have peace within. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like you were dealing with a person who was just like, they felt like you being able to sit in an area and recharge, they felt like you were a loser. I'm not gonna count to you. They felt like you're a loser. You don't be outside. You don't be with the gang. You don't be out there in that world. I'll be outside. You be in the house. That's how somebody looked at it. Yeah. And when I pop out, and I do what the fuck I need to do. I do my thing. But then I'm gonna go back in the house and I'm gonna recharge. Because I'm an empath and I'm spiritual. I'm not finna get worldly. At least not all the way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know. I'm gonna have a little. You be out in that world. You gotta have a little something of the world in you. But do I want to get consumed by the worldly energy? Fuck no. Okay, excuse my French. You know, I know I am speaking spiritual stuff and cursing. You know, it kind of, the two don't go together. But like I say, this ain't love and light. This is Openwidewitch. So, okay, I'm just a young lady that God gave a gift to. I don't even know why he bestowed a gift upon me, but hey, you know, hey, that's just that God works in mysterious ways. Okay, out of all people like me, I'll be in the house chilling. But hey, I just feel like it's just saying that this person is so focused on you and is telling you, do not pop your shit. You do not have to pop your shit. This person they are having tower moment after tower moment with watching and stalking you. Also, there's a lot of impulsive moves that you're going to do but I feel like there's this vibe, like I say, you're in the house, you recharge, and then when you're ready to come outside, you come outside and you turn up. And this is what's crazy. This person could be considering you the loser, the lame. You know, it's agonizing being with you because all you want to do is sometimes be in the house. But when you go, let me tell you something. When you get out that house and you turn up, you might be more popular than this person. Okay? There is something about your rank, your popularity is way more popping than this person. And this person, like, when you have your moments when you're in the house and you're chilling, you're trying to recharge, or maybe you're not in the house. Maybe you're just, I don't know, maybe you're at a fucking library studying for a test or something. Okay, maybe you are at a spot. I don't know. Maybe you're like, it's like something. Okay, you're somewhere where you're just recharging and you're chilling. And I feel like this person is like, okay, let me make this seem like you are the person who's just stunting my growth. You're slowing me down. You don't want to move forward like I move forward. When you get out in the world, you be crushing shit. Okay, you will surpass this person within one day of being outside or wherever this person wants you to be. This could be in a club. They could want you to be with a group of friends. They could, whatever the case may be. You're like, if I was to be out in like your whole vibe is like this person. Like, I think you were so intuitive and knowing about the situation, and that's the reason why you didn't do too much about it, because you knew if I wanted to get out there in that world, if I wanted to be popular, if I wanted to have rank, and you have popularity and rank over this person without doing too much. But if you really wanted to be popular and have more rank than this person, you could. If you wanted to be out in that world as much as they do, say if this person is out in the world from Monday through Saturday, you will be out in that world from Monday through Saturday, and the amount of shit that you would do would be insane. It would make this person head spin. They wouldn't even be able to catch up with you. Okay? So I feel like somebody is seeing like you're having good days. And I'm not gonna lie, this person, whoever you were dealing with, this person was just all about sex. They were not taking you serious. Even if it seemed like they took you serious, I'm not saying that they disrespected you, or you know they called you out to your name. They don't have to do that. But what I'm just saying is like this person just didn't see you as somebody to court and be, well, I'm not saying to be court, they probably courted you, but what I'm just saying is this person was more interested in sexual matters. Okay? They were all about the sex. Because honestly, this person has a hate for you. They really don't fucking like you. And they don't like you because they feel like in some sort of way you don't give you in some everything that this person was trying to make you to be a lame, a loser is really what they are. And they know that you know this. And the fact that you're not dealing with them is making them realize just how much of a lame, a loser they are. It is making other people see this too, especially an option that they're dealing with. An option that they're dealing with is really fucking pissed because they're like, why? This person went to somebody else, and this person, the person that they went to, the third party situation, is telling them like, why can't you be better than the collective? Like, why can't you boss up like the collect? Like, whoever I'm speaking to, whoever's viewing this reading, somebody is looking at it. Look, the other option is like, why won't you boss up like them? You hate them. You talk so much shit about them. You try to make them seem like they're a lame or a loser, but you really know the truth. You know that they know that you really the lame and the loser. And they boss like, you supposed to crush. Like, this second option is looking at them like, why aren't you crushing them? And they're not crushing you because they can't. I'm not talking about somebody just talking shit about you. I'm talking about being favored by God. Being able to be emotionally stable by themselves. Being able to make plans for the future. Being able to have divine love. Receiving love from the divine, from God. This is like one of the things, like you go out on a day, shit, you ain't got no gas. You find $20 on the ground. You hungry. You want to get something to eat. Somebody got a gift card that they ain't use and they give a gift card to you. Like, you broke, you ain't got no money. You get a scratch off, you win 10,000. That's God's favor. Not God's favor. That's the love from the divine. And there is somebody that's like, why the fuck don't you got this shit? Why don't you got the love from the divine? Why is it when I'm in the bind, you can't help me, but I gotta help you? Why the fuck you don't know how to know shit and be humble? Why the fuck you not favored by God? Why you gotta be out in that world and pop your shit to show people you favored by God, but this motherfucker who be in the house, I don't know why that's so funny, but this motherfucker, or maybe you're not in the house, like you just somewhere where you just not out with your peers, or you not out with these people. It's like, why is this motherfucker that don't be outside like that, or don't be out with their peers, or, you know, with the in crowd, or however this goes, how are they more emotionally content than you? It's like, somebody's getting pissed off. Somebody getting pissed off. Your person is going to fuck through it. I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like your person idolizes you. It's crazy. They're trying their hardest to bring you down, but you don't even know that this person idolizes you. And they idolize you because this other option It's seeing what the fuck they trying not to let other people see or know. But it's evident. Like, I don't know what this person is trying to do. They trying to make, I don't know if they trying to Jedi mind trick your ass to think you a lame or a loser. But everybody see you not a lame or a loser. And on top of that, this, like I say, this other option is so blatantly in the other option face. And every time they see this person, they just like, you make me sick. I'm not even capping to you. So this person, your person, is constantly watching you to see when you're going to have a downfall, because when you have a downfall, this other option that they're with will actually put them on a pedestal. But you're not having no downfall. That's not happening. So they will never be able to put them on a pedestal. Because you got to understand, this second option, they want a prize too. But the thing is, the person that's the prize is the person that they can have. Because what the second option gonna do? Fuck with you? They don't want to fuck with you. They want to fuck with your person. But your person and them both is viewing you like you're the prize. But the fucking fact is, you're the prize and you're not doing too much. How the fuck? You know how many people have put in work? Okay? You know motherfuckers have put in work to be popular? Put in work to have rank? Put in work to get their name out in them streets buzzing? Put in work to not be a lame or a loser? And then here the fuck you come? A motherfucker who don't even be in the in crowd. You don't be outside with the gang. And then here you is out of nowhere pop up and steal the show. What the fuck? You ain't put no work out on those streets. You were not shooting in the gym of not being a lame. But that's the thing. You don't have to shoot in the gym because you're not a lame. You're not a lame. You're not a loser. You're not anything of the such. You're a fucking prize. But this is the thing. You're God's prize. Oh my God. I don't know why. When I said that, I can't even describe the feeling. I felt that with my whole soul. You are God's prize. That's what's so crazy. You're not just the prize. You are God's prize. And this person is like, why aren't we God's prize? But one thing about it, when it comes to being God's prize, you got to be chosen for that. And I'm going to tell you something, you got to go through a lot to be God's prize. Because God is going to test your loyalty. God is definitely going to see where your heart is at. God is going to test the fuck out of you. And you know, I'm not perfect. I have been tested. But one thing I don't do, I don't go around saying I'm God's prize. That I'm God's chosen shit. Woo, that's a heavy load. And I think the more I run from it, the more God like, you know what? That's why you are my chosen ones. But seriously, people, when I see people say God's chosen one, I'm like, yeah, couldn't have been. They ain't been through that much. Sorry to say, couldn't have been through that much. Ain't been through too much. Because the motherfuckers that know what it is to be a true chosen one by God, you ain't even gonna put that shit. You gonna be so past of being bragging that you God's favorite. You gonna be God's favorite. This how God's favorite normally be. God's favorite be like how Joe was God. Whatever. I forgot who was in the Bible that cried out to God, like, God, pretty much, what the fuck did I do? Yeah, Joe was like, oh God, I'm loyal to you, but like, I think he did. I think Joe did say something like that. Like, God, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen. So, collectives, in so many words, this reading is just honestly saying, it's not on you. It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. And if a motherfucker can't see that, then tell them find a motherfucker. Find somebody else. Kick rocks. Seriously. Kick rocks. Fuck them. And it's that simple. Okay? You're going to find your true person who's going to be able to not see, because these people know that you're favored by God, but you're going to be able to find someone who actually is not jealous of your favor from God. You're going to find someone who actually would be an addition to your favor from God. You're going to find somebody who sees your favor from God, and they're going to feel like you're the most magical being in the world. You're going to find somebody who sees your favor from God, and they are not going to be tempted by worldly shit. They're going to be like, I want to stick with you. And I want us to be damn near, be drowning in favor. Not drowning, you don't want that, but like dripping in favor, okay? So it's okay, you know what I'm saying? You're going to find someone who is going to be able to, probably be favored by God just like you. That's kind of what it's leading up to. You have to find someone with that same favor that God is giving you. You got to find the chosen one, because whoever you are dealing with, they are not a chosen one. They are not a chosen one. Maybe you and this person were brought together so God could change them. Maybe God wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. And God traced their heart and was like, hey, I want to put you with one of my chosen ones. And I want you to be chosen with them. This person decided they did not want to be chosen. You were in that Garden of Eden, and that snake came up to your ass, and you told that snake, you ain't cursed because you're in the Garden of Eden, but you just said, listen here. One thing I would not do is mess up my favor for you. So, I don't think so. Okay? And I'm just speaking in general, whoever's viewing this video, reading. I feel like that's what you are saying to this person who is trying to tempt you in your life. Like, no. Whatever spirit they have on them, I feel like you have humbly rebuked it. And rebuked it clean the fuck away from you. Because I feel like you're just like, no. That is something I'm not going for, is to get rid of my favor from God. You know how much work you gotta put in to get favor from God? The hell? It's like somebody's like, give up your favor for God. Give up your favor that God has put over you so you can be my perfect person. That ain't no real person. That is not your real, true, divine partner. So, in so many words, for whomever is watching this reading, just know, that you already knew how something was going to turn out. You was just hoping for the best. That's really what this reading really is when you break it down. You knew what the fuck was going to occur. But you were honestly hoping for the best. Okay? And I'm going to tell you this. I will not lie to you. Your forward movement might be a little rocky. Okay? It's something a little rocky about your forward movement. You still going to get to where you're going. You still going to have your forward movement. But I think there's going to be some rocky things about it. And I feel like you're going to get through it. But I just feel like this person... Oh, this is not your forward movement. This is their forward movement. I feel like their forward movement is going to be very rocky. Yeah, and I feel like this person just feels like somebody is going to be really self-defeating towards themselves. Somebody's going to be beating themselves up so bad. Like, somebody's going to be going through it opposite of you, and they're going to be like, this is what I deserve. So collective, this is the reading in so many words. Somebody is upset. Someone in their option is upset that you didn't give up your favor. Well, the people who are spiritually inclined, somebody in another option is upset that they weren't able to manipulate you to give up your favor from God. And if, you know, like me, sometimes I need people to explain shit to me. Like, I'm 5. I don't need all that, them big ass heavy words, that deep ass philosophy shit. I need some straight, simple, to the point shit. So if I was to break it down, like you guys were 5, in so many words, what I would say is like, someone is upset that you didn't devalue yourself in a situation, even when you knew you were worthy. Like, somebody's upset that you know your worth and you didn't devalue yourself, even when they left you. If anything, you actually added more. Somebody is upset that when they left you, you were more valuable. That is, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of interesting. But when somebody left you, you became way more valuable. You just don't even know. There could be a lot of suitors. There's something about, it could be a lot of suitors or just someone with a lot of value. That is crazy as fuck. I said God works things in mysterious ways, and the God works things in mysterious ways card came out. So listen here. Yeah. I feel like you did everything that you could. You did everything that you could. This is why you're chilling through this whole situation. Because there is somebody that sees you as their perfect person. I don't know who this person is, but somebody is coming in. Someone is coming in. I don't know who this is going to be, though. This is what I would say. The new person that's coming in for you, you don't have to worry about them being like this person that you were with. You're going to be very, very happy about this. You're going to be very happy about just flourishing in life. And somebody's going to be seeing you flourishing. They're going to see like a brand new you. But this has been you. This has been who you are all along. Someone who is favored by God. But you were dealing with somebody, like I said, who was just trying to make it seem like it wasn't. So now you're able to shine in your truest essence. And somebody's like, damn, like you're really favored by God. Like, no exaggeration. Like, on your own. Because somebody was trying to make it seem like they were favored by God and they were helping you, but you were actually helping them the whole time. And I feel like somebody who's going to come in is going to be someone who is not, they're not into being jealous of your favor. Okay? This is someone who's going to see you in your essence. They're not going to be doing no devil work shit on you. You don't got to worry about them doing no fuck weird shit. When they're with a group and you're not with them, they're not going to be talking down on you. They're going to be lifting you up. If you want to be in a house to recharge, they're going to completely understand. They might stay in the house with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you, what else? Like, this is a vibe of like somebody knows like they can move forward ahead of you and you're going to catch up with them. Like, you're just going to find someone who knows, like, and I don't know, there was something about this person that felt like you weren't supposed to be favored by. They kept feeling like they were going to find something out about you that let them know that you're not favored by God, and they never found nothing negative out. The only thing what they ended up doing, they started making themselves negative. They couldn't find a negative within you, so they just started doing negative shit to you. But this new person that's coming in, they're not going to do none of that. They're not going to do none of that. This new person, they're coming in. They don't, it's no dirt on you. They already know it's no dirt on you. I think somebody is watching you, or somebody has been watching your situation in regards to this person you were dealing with. There's somebody that's coming in like already know that you're not a bad person. You don't have a clean slate. Your slate has always been clean. You're favored by God, and I want to contribute. I don't want to subtract. I want to add to that. So yeah, this is a reading. So collective, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a beat me from your girl. If you're trying to book a reading with me, Openwidewitch, everything literally is under Openwidewitch. On Twitter, TikTok, even my YouTube. Openwidewitch@yahoo.com is my email. So, collective, if you want to get a reading with your girl, call me, beat me if you want to reach me. If you need to page your girl, just make sure you pay, okay? All right, so you guys, this is a reading. I haven't did an hour reading in a minute. I ain't even gonna cap to you. I actually been slowed down on the readings. I gotta get my my viewers back up, because oh my god, my viewers used to be way more than this. But I done been in them trenches before where I done only had 10 people viewing me, and I still kept the readings going on. Because one thing about it, I'm favored by God. Okay? So even if I help just what 5 people in a day, that's something in God's eyes. Even if I help one person, to God, that's something. Okay? So yeah, I don't really worry about the views, but I will not see my views. You did what's up, and then of course call myself, want to take a little break from YouTube, and boom, gotta build my viewers back up. So yeah, you guys, um, yeah. So I'm back. But until next time, you guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button. Until next time, bye bye.